Welcome to the Mittcast. I am your host, Samuel Scamington, and these are my three guests, Colby Sanders, Zach Burrow, Tony Konstantinov. Welcome to the Mittcast. Let's talk about that.
The actual fuck just happened.
On a serious note, welcome back after our long holiday break. We hope you enjoyed your time with your family. Hope you had a good holiday, safe holiday.
I hope you had a very nice Christmas.
But we have quite a lot to talk about, so we're going to kind of speed run this episode.
If there was ever a way to start the first episode of the year, that was a way to do it.
Yep, we have 44 games in collective to talk about today, so a lot to talk about. And we're going to start right off with the Pistons.
Yeah.
And what they've done.
Their New Year's resolution, win basketball games, apparently.
We talked about them when we last were here and how they were about to head out west. And
bro, that was 6 years ago.
They had a tough schedule, where they were going to go to the Suns, then the Lakers, then the Kings, and then the Nuggets. And we were like, oh, yeah, maybe, probably realistically, a win, hopefully two. They went 3-1 out west.
Kick they motherfucking ass.
And then, came back home, started the new year out on the right foot, beat the Orlando Magic.
No song today.
Beat the Hornets, and then beat the Timberwolves the night before.
Would you say it was a bit of a...
Yeah,
we're leaving that in last year.
I mean, to go 6-1 in the stretch, I saw a stat. I think they are, within the last however many games, they're one of the better teams in the NBA.
Good for them, man.
Currently, standing-wise, they are the 9th seed at 17 and 18.
However, could easily be the 5th seed.
They are only one game behind the 5th seed in the Bucks. So
the East is weird.
The East is very weird.
That's why the West sucks.
It seems like they've been piecing it together this season. So,
turns out every team had the same objective: win games. Weird.
Well, and kind of to Colby's point, I feel like the culture has kind of changed there with the new coaching staff.
Your staff got them right.
Yeah. Unfortunately, though, we did lose Jaden Ivey. It was tear his ACL, right?
I didn't see what
I think it was
an
ACL tear.
Disgusting.
That's bad.
I think he's missing a significant amount of time from what I can remember.
He's out for the rest of the year. Trade for LeBron.
Broken fibula in his left leg.
Oh, Christ.
Will be reevaluated in 4 weeks, and that was 4 days ago.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So 3 weeks and 3 days.
He's missing some time.
That's really unfortunate. Holy shit.
It is. Let's see if this young group with the mix of veterans, I think they can kind of piece it together and rally around. And that's, I think, part of the benefit of doing what the Pistons did and bringing in the vets that they did is that they're not asking them to carry the load, but if there's players that go down, then they can come in and step in and fill that role.
You've got depth to rely on.
Yes.
Beasley is a dog off the bench. I love him.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Dude, he's averaging 16.3 as the 6th man. Bro's a dog.
Wild.
Bro, that's like... That would be...
the 3rd highest point scorer on our team.
That'd be me in
Lord.
NBA 2K.
Yeah, and then the 4th and 5th leading scorers are also some of those vets that they brought in, and Tobias Harris and Tim Hardaway.
What a beautiful thing.
So, they're not gonna be finals contenders this year,
No.
but maybe you can make some noise in the play-in round.
Forward progress is good progress, and that's what this team is making.
It's better than the last few years where it's just been kind of feeling like they're in the mud and rolling their tires and not getting anywhere.
You hit the new year and you're like, I can't wait for free agency.
Can't wait for the draft.
This draft is gonna go crazy.
Yeah, it's not.
Sanders to the Pistons.
Shedeur Sanders. Anyway.
What did you just?
You're...
I think they're going to draft Cam Ward.
Let's move on.
Yeah, so how have... Side note, if you have not been following the TikToks, you
took my segue! I had it preloaded.
I'll let you go then. I'll let you go.
I'm not going to have the opportunity to go in depth on every game. However, if you are following the Mittcast TikTok, Red Wing recaps go up after every single game. Go watch that shit. We just got over 100 followers. It's a movement. We also shitpost about pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Correct.
It's great. So, let's start this ever so elegantly. Merry Christmas, Derek Lalone. The day after you celebrate with your family, you're now unemployed. On December 26th, it was about noon, I think, on the 26th. Derek Lalone and assistant coach Bob Bogner were both let go from the Red Wings behind the bench and were replaced with on-the-market head coach Todd McClellan and a well-known right-hand man of his, Trent Uwe. They both coached together in LA. Trent Uwe was a head coach for Chicago for about 7 minutes, and Todd McClellan has been around for forever. He's been a head coach since the year after the Red Wings won the Cup last, and he was an assistant coach on the Red Wings when they did it. It was a change that needed to be made, because if we were looking at the last stretch of games that we didn't cover from Lalone, 4-3 loss to Montreal, 5-1 loss to Montreal, and 4-0 loss to St. Louis. That being said, Steve Yzerman was in contact with Todd McClellan about this job after they beat Toronto on the 14th. So it had been a minute. Todd McClellan's first game with the Red Wings, they lost 5-2 to Toronto. He had been the head coach for less than a full day. I'm not going to put that loss on him. He said in his press conference, I'm just going to get out there and tell them for this game, go play. I want to see what you guys do. Because I just got here. I don't know.
Fuck it, free ball.
And they lost brutally to Toronto. Mitch Marner's a fucking dog. Since that game, the Red Wings have not only won 4 straight, they have not only completely reversed their shot differential issue, they have not only averaged almost 4 goals a game since that game, they also beat one of the best teams in the league in Winnipeg, took advantage of Washington being third period merchants, and in the first dropped fucking 4 on their heads. Took advantage of Pittsburgh because, oh, silly Pittsburgh. Crosby's not enough anymore, I'm sorry. It's been phenomenal. Like, these last 4 games have been some of the most enjoyable Red Wings games I've ever watched. Shocker. A team with Dylan Larkin, Lucas Raymond, Patrick Kane, Alex DeBrincat, Moritz Seider. They still know how to play hockey. Weird, right? You wouldn't have thought that. So fucking goofy. It's nice. We're on the right track. It's definitely helped that both Alex Lyon and Cam Talbot came off of injury relatively quickly to give relief in net. Todd McClellan has switched Simon Edvinsson from playing with Moritz Seider to being second hand on the second line, so you're kind of spreading out the love there instead of loading your top guys.
Makes sense.
Do they still need to trade for a defenseman? Absolutely. Jeff Petrie and Ben Sherratt should not be your 3 and 4. I would be comfortable if they were 4 and 5, not 3 and 4. You need another guy, and the problem with that is Yzerman's not going to trade for anybody unless they're in for the long haul. So you got to commit to somebody, and that's hard to do on the trade market.
I mean, valid, but...
Yeah, no, Yzerman's not going to go get a rental for a team that's still young and up and coming.
Yeah.
Contending, potentially, we're not full contenders yet. You're not just going to go commit to a rental at the trade deadline and then wave goodbye to him after getting rid of, like, a first-round pick. It's not going to happen. The only thing I have left to say about this team, they look happy again. You could tell in the last couple weeks of Derek Lalone's tenure, nobody enjoyed playing for this team. There were rumors that Larkin had requested a trade. There was fighting in practice. There was a video that went viral of Derek Lalone reading out the starting lineup for a game. Andrew Kopp is staring at the floor. Alex Lyon is on his phone. Nobody respected this guy. Nobody wanted him to coach this team. Todd McClellan's a different breed. They are playing by one simple mantra that was muttered by McClellan to the entire team in his first full practice. Play fucking hockey. You've done it your whole lives. They're like, oh. Right, and now they're winning. It's...
You think they're doing the Shoresy thing?
They might just be. We'll never lose another game ever again.
Quick little, you got some time. How did the prospects look in the World Juniors?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Okay.
You got about a minute and a half.
4 Red Wings prospects in the World Junior Tournament. We'll start with the lesser known of the 4. Jesse Kiiskinen for Finland won a silver medal. Good for him. I believe he had 5 points in the tournament, 4 points, something like that. He was like their second line right wing. He was doing well. Max Plant for Team USA, I believe also had 4 points in the tournament. 1 gold. Trey Augustine, goaltender for MSU. Played every single game between the pipes for Team USA. 1 gold, and I'm pretty sure 1 best goalie of the tournament. Like, he was fucking gross. And then there's Axel Sandin Pellikka, who people expected a lot of from Team Sweden. They got bounced in the... They ended 4th. They were playing for bronze, and Czechia handed their lunch to them. What the fuck happened there? Sandin Pellikka, as a defenseman, had 10 points in 6 games, 4 of them being goals, and even though they didn't medal, he made the IIHF All-Star team and placed as IIHF Best Defenseman of the tournament.
Banger.
The kid's gross.
Now, we're going from the Red Wings to Michigan. We're going to start with the Michigan football team as they took on Alabama in the ReliaQuest Bowl. Michigan, final score 19, Bama 13. Michigan had 190 total yards to Bama's 260. Michigan had 75 passing yards to Bama's 192. Michigan had 115 rushing yards to Bama's 68. Both teams had 3 penalties for 35 yards. Michigan turned over the ball once, Bama 3 times. And that really is the story of the game. Bama, first drive, went down, 4 and out, right at midfield. Michigan was able to go down, get just enough yards to get into field goal range, kick a field goal. Then the very next drive, 1 play in, fumble for Bama, recovered by Michigan. Another field goal ensued by Michigan. 2 plays later, Bama threw an interception. Michigan would follow it up with a touchdown. And then 1 play later, Bama fumbled again, and Michigan recovered, kicked a field goal. So just like that, Michigan started up 16-0 and then kind of shut down the operation, killed clock as much as they could, and tried to limit the game as much as they could.
Park the bus.
But
Pretty
wait, wasn't Alabama... Wait, shouldn't they have been in the playoffs?
Yeah,
Shouldn't this team have gone to the playoffs? Shut up.
Defense looked really, really good without having 3 guys that are going to go in the first round, another 2 that will probably go second or third round, another guy that will probably go late if even drafted. Potential.
It's really promising to see.
It was
that without those guys, they still perform.
And it's against Bama's starters, so really happy to see that. And then, just really happy to see that from the Michigan defense. Just looking forward to what this new offense will bring to the table next season.
Beautiful thing.
On the flip side, Michigan's basketball team has played 3 games as of the time of recording. They play tomorrow night, so we're going to miss a game for the recording, but
Damn.
4 games. They played Purdue Fort Wayne, about to ass, 89-58, don't really got much to say. Then they played Western Kentucky, and it was really belt to ass. That was 112-64.
Bro has it bound to his action button and still can't find it.
I was making sure my volume was up.
And
Fair
then
enough.
they had an out west trip to play USC. They won that game. I didn't get to watch that game. Kind of seemed back and forth. Michigan just kind of pulled away late. They won 85-74, and they are ranked again. They are 24th, taking on 22nd UCLA. That game, again, takes place Tuesday. This video goes up Wednesday, so we won't be able to talk about it. And then on the flip side, women's basketball team, they had a little bit more of a tricky schedule. They played Akron. They whooped them 96-55. Then they played the then number 4 team in the country, USC, and they didn't watch this game, but I was box score watching it. They were close, and then I think all the talent on USC just kind of pulled away. They lost that game 78-58. And then they played the number 1 team in the country, UCLA, and they lost that game 86-70. I was not box score watching that one, so I don't know the story of that game and if it was close or not.
The story was they lost.
And then the day that this video goes up, they play number 9 Ohio State. So a brutal 3-game stretch for Michigan. For the women's team, they played number 4, number 1, number 9, in three games in a row. So
What is U of M ranked? Or women's?
they're 25 right now.
Okay.
So
That's a ranking, baby.
That's a ranking.
that is a
That
ranking.
is a ranking.
But yeah, how'd the hockey team do?
So they played 2 games, both of them in the new year, both of them against Ohio State. The first one was at Wrigley Field for the Frozen Confines tournament, and they lost 4-3. I saw bits and pieces of this game. It looked pretty close.
I think the Frozen Confine also does not count against the record because
It might be exhibition.
if you look at like the
Does not state. Oh, it is in its own little folder, isn't it?
yeah, and it had like Michigan. When you look at the top of their record, it says like 1-2 straight. So
Well, there you go.
I think it's
Well, the Frozen Confines was just for fun, and we still lost. And then just yesterday, being the 5th, we're recording on the 6th, played Ohio State again in Ann Arbor for men's mental health awareness game. Sick. They won 3-2 in overtime.
there you go.
I didn't know that Ohio State's hockey team this year actually is doing stuff. Interesting. And I will leave it at that.
Goldberg, how have your Spartans been doing?
I'll start off with men's basketball and let Sammy finish it with women's and hockey. 3 games. I didn't watch any of them, I'm gonna be honest.
It's the holidays. Sometimes it's hard to make time.
Well, you know, when you play FAU with no Dusty and you play Western Michigan, and I should have watched the Ohio State game.
Man, you should have watched
Oh,
the
well.
Western Michigan.
FAU gets down to 86-69.
Ooh.
Nice.
That was felt ass. Cohen Carr had a hell of a game in that game. Western, you know, you're just the tune-up before Big Ten play, unfortunately. 80-62.
It be that way sometimes.
I thought you just lost your entire mic.
I did too.
No, I was taking off the bases heavy.
Jordan Aikens, or Jordan, thinking tight end. Jaden Akins beating that dog with 18 points. And then moving on to the Ohio State game, much closer. I mean, Ohio State's not like top tier in the Big Ten this year, at least for basketball. I mean, they're probably
They're
above
mid-
that
yeah.
halfway mark for sure. I mean, they're 9-5. I took a look at their previous games. I mean, they beat Kentucky. They beat some other ranked teams, but then they've lost games that they really should not have probably lost.
Quick question for you:
Yes.
who are the only 2 teams undefeated in Big Ten play right now?
Michigan and Michigan State, buddy. Get clapped. Lol.
Bro's just gonna leave you hanging, huh?
Hey, hold on.
That's crazy.
I wasn't looking over there. I wasn't looking over there.
Tony, air that.
Did you just pop your elbow?
Yeah, 69-62 win. It got, from highlights I saw, it did get closer towards the end. In the middle of it, it was kind of just, you know, straight domination on them. And fun fact, if you Y'all should go ahead and go look at Bruce Thornton of Ohio State and Trey Holloman and tell me they are not twins
Yeah.
because holy fucking
Yeah,
shit.
Colby had me pull it up. It was pretty eerie.
Leading point scorer in that game was Sisman Zapala. Surprisingly, dude doesn't ever score for us, and he had 15, 7 for 8 from the field. Sheesh. Jaden with 14, a little bit here and there from everyone else. Team's looking good. They're ranked 16th currently as of the new rankings that came out today. They're playing good ball. They're playing team ball. It's a good chemistry. They have a really good depth. This is probably one of the best Izzo teams we've seen in a very long time. And I think they're going to continue to do great. And that first Michigan matchup's going to go crazy.
Yeah, mid-February?
Dipped.
Now, on to the ladies' parties. Is that what they're called?
Lady Spartans.
Lady
Yeah.
Spartans?
Yeah.
All right. So the first one I got, they are 20th ranked as of right now. They went up against 18 ranked Bama. And took a 82 to 67 L. They were not great from the field. The only stats I really have written down are anyone that had more than 10 double digits in a stat column.
It's our girl.
Julia. We got Julia Arialt.
I think it's Arialt.
Arialt.
I think.
18 points.
With a quintuple double.
Taryn
Maybe.
Hollick, 14 points, and then Grace Van Sluten with 10. Then they went over to
I was wondering why you questioned it. I see why now.
I do.
Theryn.
I think it's
Tyron?
Taryn, not
Taryn?
Theron.
It's got to be Taryn.
Taryn. Then they played
Darren Egerton?
8th
Right.
ranked
Not that guy.
Maryland. Took a 72 to 66 L.
Yeah, Maryland good.
They did look a little bit better. Julia Arialt double with a 17 points and 12 rebounds.
Hell yeah.
Tough.
Taryn got
You'll love the rebound game.
20 points. And then Jocelyn Tate with 10 rebounds.
Well, I feel like I've noticed with women's basketball there is a wide gap from the best of
Oh,
the best in the sport.
Yeah.
It's a
To-
massive gap.
It is
To everyone
truly
else.
the best and then the rest.
Yeah, it's like the top 5 or maybe even 10 can compete in a given year, but then it's just
Yeah,
drastic drop off.
the Bama game, there was not that many people scoring. Maryland was passed around a little bit more. And then same for Purdue, who I don't know where they're ranked. I don't see them up here.
Purdue's not ranked.
They're not ranked.
They're 7-7. They ain't ranked.
of bums.
77 to 59 dub. They did quite well in this game. Jocelyn Tate with 19 points, 11 rebounds, double. Julia Arialt, 11 points, 10 rebounds, double. Grace Van Sloot with 13 points, and then Ines Sotelo, 16
Nutella?
points.
Who?
I think it's,
Sotelo.
I would say Ennis, but that doesn't
Ennis.
sound like a
Ennis.
lady's name.
Ines?
Ines?
Ennis?
I think Ines.
Ennis
You-
Rakestraw.
We got
Ennis
some
Rakestraw.
names over there.
She's from
Seriously.
Spain.
All name team.
Yeah, I mean, you lost to 2 teams that were ranked above you. Makes sense in a way, but
The schedule
Yeah,
told you how
unfortunately,
it was.
they're-
schedule.
Yeah,
They're about middle of the pack. so.
The schedule gods have not been nice to our women basketball teams in the last in what we've missed.
No.
They
yeah.
what 5 ranked teams now?
Y'all
Yeah.
like ranked opponents? Here's all of them.
Wait,
Wham!
yeah,
I think the old
brutal.
and the spoiler makers.
But how's the number 1 team in the country doing?
You're doing fucking great, buddy. 17, 2-1. Season 8, 1-1 in conference play.
Big.
Came down to Van Andel Arena for the Great Lakes Invitation. 2-0 dub over Northern Michigan. Both goals came in the first
That's what
period.
came down.
We had Carson Dorwards, Isaac Howard. 2 minutes later,
Isaac Howard, big name.
you're gonna hear him a lot. But they didn't have Trey Augenstein.
Nope.
Due to the
He was at the
tournament?
World Juniors.
So we had Luca DePasco?
I don't know how to pronounce his name, Kid is also a dog.
He fucking Steve Pasquale. My handwriting's also ass.
Oh, it's definitely Pasquale.
That's Pasquale?
Pasquale. That's
Pasquale?
for sure Pasquale. 100%. I know how to pronounce names, like Levi Amuzuriki. Jeremiah Usukalobara.
All right. Taking his word for Pasquale.
It's for sure. It has to be Pasquale.
And also, funny story. Northern Michigan.
Yup.
One of their players, Aiden Hutchinson.
Sure is.
They have an Aiden Hutchinson, except it's AIDYN.
Isn't he?
He's also a bum. I'm kidding. I don't know.
You didn't get shit.
Yeah,
so-
from the namesake, comparatively, the guy's a bum.
And then they took on our hometown team, Western Michigan, with a 3-1 win.
Shut up. Isn't Western number 4?
Yeah. No,
shit.
Western in the rankings is dumb.
Started off with Western lighting the lamps first. Power play goal by Zach Naring in the first.
Oh, look. One of their 3 players that's not a Finnish foreign exchange student.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Western's entire roster is guys from Finland or Sweden that they got in some transfer portal no one else has access to. It's like their entire team. Zach and I went to their home opener, and it was just belt to ass from across the pond.
Yep.
Weird.
And then MSU came 3 unanswered. Tiernan Shouty in the first, and then Joey Larson and Isaac Howard in the third. De Pasquale had 29 blocks.
Colby legitimately might have been right about that.
Yeah, it's 100% Pasquale.
Let me
Yeah.
see this guy's name.
Yeah, Di Pasquale.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be Pasquale.
Yeah, they have the pronunciation on the roster.
Bang!
And then they had a back-to-back against Wisconsin. The first game was on the 2nd, 4-3 dub. Tiernan Shouty, Carson Dorwart, Isaac Clark, and then Charlie Strammel.
Charlie Strammel, also big name.
That was in order. The last 3 were unanswered, meaning Wisconsin got 3. I'm not listing them. Fuck Wisconsin.
Belt. Ass.
Fuck them badges.
Strammel and Clark assisted each other,
Sick.
and then Gucciardi had 3 apples as well.
Wait,
2.
Gucciardi is on MSU now? Pretty sure he played for WMU last year. That's incredible.
Yep.
I love Gucciardi. Hell yeah.
And then on the 4th in Wrigley was the exhibition.
Talking about David.
It was exhibition.
Yeah, David Gucciardi.
Well, looks like he was on MSU the whole time.
Okay, then I got my rosters from last year mixed up. Oh well. Still, elite name.
4-3 overtime dub.
And that was a good game, too.
Started off with a Vladislav Lukashevich. Am I pronouncing that right?
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Lukasevich, maybe. I know that lone Sikh and some...
Lukashevic.
That's Lukasevich.
Lukasevich.
Luka Savage. Yep.
Lucas Savage.
I'm a savage.
We already got Savage. And then Daniel Russell, Isaac Howard, and then Daniel Russell again with the overtime winner.
Big.
Isaac and Daniel were a part of every point scored besides Lukasevich, which was unassisted. And then they play Penn State on the 9th and 10th.
I hate
That's
Penn
all I
State.
got for those boys. Yeah, all pretty good games.
Yeah.
Fuck
think-
Wisconsin. Dog.
Fuck Wisconsin.
I think it's time to talk about some kitty cats. We missed 2 games, so we're going to kick it off with Monday Night Football. The Detroit Lions took on the San Francisco 49ers.
Them motherfuckers is ass.
Final score, Lions 40, San Francisco 34. Lions had 439 total yards, San Fran 475. Lions had 287 passing yards, San Fran had 400 passing yards.
You only had 34 points, you fucking bums.
Well, and then we'll really compare and contrast that to the next game. But rushing yards, Lions had 152, Niners had 75. And the Niners turned the ball over twice.
Bums.
To
Bums.
curb.
What you know about Curb?
So it's a little bit further back. Kind of got to dig in your memory a little bit. Took place a week ago. I
I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning.
You had nothing for breakfast.
How he know?
I had leftover
That's what-
Taco Bell.
Because that's
for
what I had for
breakfast.
breakfast.
Damn you.
This just felt like one of those games where whoever made the mistake first, or it was either whoever made the mistake first or whoever had the ball last was going to win the game. And the 49ers truly made the biggest mistake first, and that was the interception. And the game kind of just
really trying to fucking end us off, bro.
they were
This was their Super Bowl.
they were playing
this was their
dirty as
season on the
hell,
line.
bro.
This was the last game to them that mattered.
so
They're
many
"Man,
fucking
fuck it."
head launches and shit. Like, God
Yeah,
damn.
head
Oh,
launch
my
like
Lord.
to the lower body, and then
How many times can we force Deebo
Jawan-
Samuel down your throat?
Jawan, just randomly having beef with Terrion, like
And then falling on a guy in a wheelchair. And just like on the in that scuffle, Kirby comes in, gives him a shove, and he falls onto a guy in a wheelchair
At
on the
that
side.
point,
Oh,
that's
it's-
not Jennings' fault.
It's not,
That's
but
on-
like,
I did see something on that, and they were like, "I can't believe Kirby would do that. He has to know his surroundings." I'm like, "Motherfucker, he just ran up and pushed him. You think he was paying attention to where he was pushing him, dude? No."
no.
No, that's
No.
just circumstance. That just happens.
Yeah,
The-
Four circuits.
my favorite clip from that whole thing is when Jawan is still laying there and Terrion just looks at him and just goes blink and just
He
slaps
said-
him.
Stop it.
Pretty much. It wasn't even like an aggressive slap. It was just like a little like
It was one of those nutty. Got it out.
it was like stop it.
Because he told him, he was like, "That's my rook, bro. Leave him alone."
Yeah. No, you stand up for the rookie, and I love that for Kirby. I have no idea what the fuck Jennings was on that play.
He got ejected before he reached 1,000 yards this week, so I think there's a little something there to
Get the
be,
fuck out of here.
I think there's a little behavioral issues there.
CTE, get into him.
I don't know. I mean, Cardinals cornerback kind of threw the punch first, but bro did not have to take it that far.
I don't know what the fuck happened. That was
They threw one flag, he kept going, so they threw a second and fucking said, "Get out of here."
Then they threw a third, and then a fourth. They ran out of flags.
They should have thrown one at his face.
Trying to throw one through his face cage. Got it out.
That's happened.
Well, Sean Murphy Bunting already tried to throw one at his face cage.
I mean,
And by a flag, I mean his fist.
oh. Looking at some of the player stats real quick, I did forget about this. Jared Goff, 26-34, 303 yards, 3 tutties. Gibbs had 18 carries for 117 yards and a tutty. Craig had a nice 7 for 31, 4.4 average though, so more on the volume, right? I think that's the word I'm thinking of.
I think so.
It's more so like what he was doing with the carries and instead of how the total yards that he had.
It was quality over
Yeah.
quantity.
There you go.
And it should be
Yeah, it was like,
said,
not volume. I'm like,
Yeah,
seven
I was
carries is
trying
not
to-
much
I
volume.
was trying to think of what I was the right word.
Efficient.
Efficient. There you go.
Efficient.
He was efficient with it.
it should be said, I was concerned at the potential of overusing Gibbs with the absence of Montgomery. I almost immediately had those worries eradicated from my brain.
Well, that's the nice thing with Gibbs is he did not play a lot of high school football in terms of getting carries, and then same thing in college because he was always part of split backfields, which is good because he has more tread on the tire and he's got less injuries that he's dealt with in the past. So
Yeah, he's not like Derrick Henry who
who fucking toted that bitch his entire
entire
life.
life. Yeah.
Bro was built to hold a team on his back.
And he's
back
still
Well,
carrying.
yeah, his,
Fucking
his his high school coach was like, "Yeah, we got no shot without him." So just
give him the ball.
and then Bama, he was just unstoppable. So they
Didn't
just
he have like 400 carries in his senior season or something like that?
of high school, I
Yeah.
think so.
And that's a 12 game. Isn't that a 12 game season, right? Or is it
it's
not?
something
Yeah, I'm gonna
like
have to
that.
look this up because I know his high school
It's
stat
12 or
lines are
14.
Yeah, his high school
crazy.
stat line's fucking nuts.
It's goofy.
He's probably 12 in the regular season.
Where did he get drafted?
Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
Like what, the 12th pick or something like that, right?
No, he didn't. No, he went in the second round.
Second round?
Oh, yeah, he's a running back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Running backs don't have value like other positions do.
I don't know.
That's
Ashton
why-
Genty is currently ranked number 9.
That's why it was crazy when we did take Gibbs when we did, because at least all the pre-draft stuff,
Okay.
like he
Had him
wasn't,
like second round.
he wasn't any Bijan, but like, clearly he's better than Bijan now.
Sorry, Bijan.
So I'm assuming this is his senior year stat line.
Like Kenneth Walker went second round, Blake Corum went fourth or third round.
Yeah. Yeah, he went fourth.
Brees Hall second round.
Jesus.
Yeah,
running backs ain't got no damn.
Yeah, so here are the amount of carries Derrick Henry had throughout high school. Freshman year, 313 carries.
Jesus.
Sophomore year, 313. Junior year, 309. Senior year, 462. That man had 1,397 carries before going to college.
Yeah, before going to Bama.
Yeah.
Before
Yeah.
not getting paid at Bama.
But running out of time, let's jump over to Minnesota. Sunday Night Football. Everything on the line. 14-3 or 14-2, 14-2. The 1 seed Lions 31, Minnesota 9. Lions had 394 total yards to Minnesota's 262. The Lions had 216 passing yards to Minnesota's 142. The Lions had 178 rushing yards to Minnesota's 120. Lions turned over the ball twice. Minnesota did not. The big stat line, though, Lions 3 for 3 in the red zone. Minnesota 0 for 4. How I pointed out the 49ers passing yards, and they had 400. And then direct comparison, the Vikings didn't even break 150, and they threw the ball 41 times.
Yeah.
So
No, there was some stat
You're gonna
line
hear a
that was
lot of
like
that.
Sam Darnold, 18 for 41. And I'm like, what the fuck is that?
yeah,
You would think he was trying to overthrow his receivers.
Dude,
How
it
many
was
times
ridiculous.
was he going to go to Hawk on third down and blow it?
I had a count, but
We stopped at 5 at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
the drinks were talking to me, so I couldn't keep count.
liquor be speaking.
I stopped counting
Um,
when I got actual belt to ass.
No, going into this game with both teams being 14-2 and the loser becoming the 5 seed and being away in the wild card. This was being touted as one of the most influential regular season games in NFL history, and it did not feel that
No.
way. It felt like it was slow in the beginning, slow, and my anxiety was getting the better of me. The moment we pulled away to a 2-score game, I'm like, oh, this is fucking dumb.
Well, this is where just the bounce of ball it changes the game, because
Yeah.
you have like the Van Ginkel, if he corrals that interception and takes it, that's a pick six, and
That's a whole
7
different
points
ballgame.
right there. Any one of those red zone trips that Minnesota had,
They didn't stop overthrowing Jay Jettis for the love
not
of
just
God.
that. They didn't turn and try to hand off the ball to Aaron Jones once when they got inside the 5 or 10.
No.
They gave up the run game completely and just said, "Fuck it,
I mean,
we're
Bro
gonna throw
wasn't
it."
in for the beginning of the second half. I don't know what that was about.
It was probably. I mean, he was fine, so it's
had to pop.
Yeah.
or
Like,
just
you-
like taped up or
You're,
something like that.
you're gonna hear in the vlog, like, with all our score predictions, they were all close.
We all thought it was
We're
gonna be
all
high
close.
scoring, close offensive
Yeah.
affair. And
I was predicting this to be a fucking shootout.
Yeah, we all were, and then
Tom Hardy, a proper fucking shootout.
it was.
It was not. Very much was not.
and I mean, Jay
It
Jett,
could have been.
Jay Jett only had 3 receptions for 54 yards. So
So
shout out
weird.
Amik for putting that man in federal prison and locking him
What?
up.
What's this? What's it? Seatbelt.
Yeah,
Dude,
he
So
They
Meeks-
blocked each other, or Amit,
since high school.
yeah, since high school.
yeah.
He's like, put me on him. He ain't
Bro said,
getting it.
I know this
He-
man.
They took my whole
Look,
shot
they-
out. I
they
said
did-
I wanted to do this. Is fucked up. Man.
I'm
I
sorry.
can't even hear you over there.
But did you see the video of him in the locker room after the game and how just emotional he was?
What,
Like
Amik?
he was.
Yeah. No, he felt. Oh, him getting the game ball.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
It was.
That brings a tear to a grown man's eye. That's beautiful.
I also think it cannot be understated how much having Anzalone back impacted this defense.
It's like the whole defense was back. It's like the entire aura of shutdown defense that this team had before all the injuries. Anzalone's like, hey guys, I found it, and brought a bag into the locker room. It was just filled with that.
Just filled with aura.
Yeah, filled with. He opens it. It's like the bag of wind from the SpongeBob movie. It's just defensive aura.
I mean, we were getting killed over the middle. Not like man coverage is different, but in zone, we were getting killed over the middle. That's because Campbell can kind of cover, and then no one else can fucking cover.
No.
Jerem
Yeah.
can't cover. He's a run stopper. Nowaski's like hybrid run stopper, fucking edge rusher bullshit. But Anzalone, that one.
Oh yeah.
And it's not like
And he's a secure tackler too. Dude does not let a dude get by him.
Oh no.
Except for K9. What the?
Hey, that was a freakish moment.
he's like a legendary Pokemon. Like, you find him after 1,000 years of slumber, and he's straight to fucking business. He don't scroll Twitter or nothing. He's like, all right, let's go.
He is Thor.
Bro, with the post on Twitter
Everyone
of his
think they-
surgery
yeah, everyone
that was
think they a
captioned,
dog till they gotta do
everybody
some
want to
real
be a
dog
big
shit."
dog till you gotta do big dog shit. Is crazy. Oh, dude, he brings so much joy to my heart.
With that, any final closing thoughts on?
Do we want to tell what happened in sports betting and fantasy worlds?
I lost a lot.
No.
End of story.
Don't want to talk
I've
about
been
it.
kind of winning.
I won my Pick'ems league.
He just wanted to say that.
No, I
Let's-
was gonna see if we wanted to talk.
No.
About, okay.
No. No.
I'll end it with this. Lions getting a bye into the divisional is a beautiful thing. The rest is going to benefit them. This playoff run is going to be generational. This shit going to feed families. And the Vikings are going to get fucking diced by the Rams. Calling my shot now.
Yeah.
Fuck them nerds.
We appreciate you being here. Oh, did you have something? Oh, we appreciate you being here.
Charging it
We hope
up.
you had a good holiday. We're gonna be back in the full swing of how we were doing it. Make sure you are following us on socials. We got TikTok, maybe. Who knows if that's still gonna be a thing.
TikTok, potentially Lemon 8 might be a thing.
Yeah.
We're trying things out. We'll figure it out.
Insta,
Lemonade.
Lemon 8, it's a
Twitter.
different thing. We'll talk later.
Follow us on Twitch. Make sure you're liking, you're subscribing, you're commenting. But most importantly, at the end of the day, make sure you are hitting that bell.
I'm a little rusty.
We appreciate you being here. We'll catch you next time.
Bell.
Yeah.